One is feeling what you feel. I must have been about 7 or 8 years old when my grandmother took my brother and me to Virginia to what is now fashionably called a family reunion. At the time, I thought it was a big picnic with a lot of strangers. Although my grandmother kept asking me, "Don't you remember so and so?" and telling me, "You remember so and so. Go play with them." I had no idea who any of these people were, and they were hundreds of them. They were loud. Some of them were drunk, and most of them kept pinching my chubby cheeks with their barbecue-drenched fingers. In an attempt to protect myself from insult and bodily harm, I clung to my grandmother's skirt to keep pushing, and she kept pushing me off, telling me to go play with the other children. I would not hear of it. They were playing with frogs and wallowing in mud that they called clay. It was more than my Baltimore, Maryland dwelling diva mentally could handle. Divas do not, under any circumstances, play with frogs. Grandmother kept swatting at me like I was a fly. She must have forgotten that the more you swat a fly, the more persistent they become. My brother, traitor that he was, had been lured away by a group of frog inspectors. As for me, where Granny went, I went. Suddenly, someone announced that the boat was ready for the first trip. What boat? What trip? Someone else suggested that the children should go first, and Uncle somebody go where? With who? Slowly, we were all ushered down to the waterfront like sheep being led to the slaughter. I was now holding on to the elastic of Grandma's panties. As we approached the dock, I was trying to figure out how I was going to get out of the slaughter. My brother became my salvation. He took one look at that tiny little boat sitting in all that water and freaked out. He was screaming, "No, no, I'm scared. I can't go. I don't want to go." As he turned to hightail it off the deck, Grandma caught him by the arm and told him, "Shut up, because you're not scared." A few of the children started laughing about him being a city kid and a fraidy cat. Some of the drunken adults were trying to coerce him into the boat. He looked like he was having a seizure or something, jerking and shaking and screaming and foaming at the mouth. Grandma told him if you don't shut up, she was going to take his pants down and whip his behind. He didn't, she did. In the meantime, while I was thanking the boat ferry and my brother was getting his whipping, the boat left without us. Thank y'all for letting me share. That was really a treat to me. I could picture everything because little kids, they don't know what a family reunion is, and you rush them in there with all these crazy people and want them to play like they play in an environment that they're not used to and don't know nobody and scared to death and clinging on for all life and rather get their butt beat than to do certain things with your family that you don't know. But we are social media families. We don't know a lot of our relatives because we don't go to family reunions that much, and when we do, we sit over here and the adults over there, nobody communicating and saying who is who. But it's time to get together and know your family and even your neighbors. You know, like I said, back in my day, we knew all our neighbors. We knew the people, their dog name, the bird name, the animals, cousins, anybody that came to their house, we probably knew their name. We knew when strangers in the room or in the neighborhood. Not no more, because we all on social media. You might see your neighbor going in and out. You might speak every now and then, but just sit and chit chat and talk. We on social media, so y'all are my social media neighbors. Thank you for letting me share.